War Thunder features plenty of vehicles armed with anti-tank guided missiles, or ATGM carriers for short. Some of them have a particularly demanding playstyle and reward only precise, deliberate gameplay. Today, we'll take a look at two such machines, the Type 60 ATM and the Zaklam Tager. Let's start with the Israeli vehicle. The first thing that stands out is its 4 ready-to-fire missiles. However, the machine's internal reserves are limited to just 2 ATGMs, and the only way to replenish them is via ammo boxes or capture points. Survivability is poor, but this is largely offset by the favorable placement of the optics and launchers. This is not a vehicle for brawling. Stay away from the main fight and use terrain to stay concealed. The half-track chassis is fairly mobile, so reaching a good firing position isn't an issue. The sight layout allows you to hide almost the entire vehicle, exposing only the gunner's optics and a small portion of the missiles. With its generous launcher depression, the Zaklam can turn almost any ridge into solid cover. Your priority targets are heavily armored vehicles that are difficult to deal with using conventional shells. These opponents are usually slow, which works in your favor. Once a missile is launched, guidance is fully manual using the keyboard. It may sound intimidating, but it's easy to get used to. The key is to keep the target centered in the sight at launch so the missile stabilizes on the correct trajectory immediately. Then guide it smoothly without sharp inputs. A small ammo supply means every shot must count. Aim for ammunition racks whenever possible. If that's not an option, target critical modules. If the enemy is dangerous, knock out the gunner or the gun first. If they can escape, immobilize them instead. Don't linger in one spot. The missile's smoke trail gives away your position instantly. Relocate after every 2 or 3 launches, and once you settle into a new spot, deploy ammo boxes right away so they start replenishing your load. And don't forget active scouting. If you can't finish a target yourself, help your teammates do it. The Japanese Type 60 ATM demands even more caution. Its total ammo load is the same as the Zaklam's, but only 2 missiles are ready to fire at any given time. On top of that, its ATGMs are the slowest in War Thunder, and the gunner's optics sit noticeably lower than the launchers. This often leads to situations where you fire a missile and the enemy casually drives off into cover, unaware that they were ever under threat. That said, the low speed gives these missiles surprisingly good maneuverability. It's a good idea to always have a backup target, or at least a backup direction where you can redirect a missile that's already in flight. Because of the launcher and the optics placement, you'll often have to expose part of the hull to fire. Even so, the Japanese vehicle is more survivable than its Israeli counterpart, thanks to a spacious crew compartment, a front-mounted engine, and a 6-man crew. Tell us in the comments which demanding vehicles you enjoy the most, and good luck on the battlefield.